Coverage of the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series is presented on Speed by the new Expendables, starring Jason Statham, Jet Li, and Sylvester Stallone in theaters everywhere August 13th. Brought to you in part by the AARP Auto and Home Insurance Program from the Hartford. And by Fusion, the 2010 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Get in and drive one. Great crowd on hand here at ORP. Those are some of the fans that are enjoying the grassy knoll there.
You see that sign right in the middle of our screen? This is his first race. How about that?
Race.
Don't you love the way that he got him all decked out too?
He's got the rookie stripe. He's got a rookie stripe.
And he's got on his headphones and his safety goggles. He's ready to go racing, baby.
Green flag back in the air. Ron Hornaday brings us back to the green. Matt Crafton was on the inside. Behind Hornaday, it was the 30 of Todd Bodine. Now Kyle Busch battling with Bodine for the third spot.
Strong move by Kyle Busch.
Strong move by Matt Crafton. Did you see that 1 and 2 he just made? He drove right up beside Hornaday.
You mentioned that he was the fastest truck on the racetrack a lot towards the end, all the way to the bottom again. Remember, everybody with fresh tires right now.
It's going to cost him. I believe he's going to lose second. He'll just say, okay, I gave it a try. It didn't work. I'll settle in here. I know I got a great truck.
A lot of racing still to go. We haven't reached the halfway point yet. Out in front, it's Ron Hornaday. Kyle Busch moves to second. There's a side-by-side battle for the fourth position. Johnny Sauter on the inside. Todd Bodine on the outside.
Johnny's trying to get back one of the spots he lost on pit road. He lost a couple spots. Kyle Busch and Todd Bodine able to pass him on pit road, trying to get one of those spots back right now.
We know how fast that 17 truck behind these two is. That's our pole sitter, Timothy Peters. They got a little bit of contact there in turn 1 and 2.
We had a moment right there, I think, Michael.
Yeah, and Peters was extremely fast on the short haul, and so he needs to make up every spot he can right now while he's got those fresh tires and his truck's good. Looked like maybe he got in the back of Todd, or did Todd and
Johnny Sauter actually slid up and got into the side of these trucks. Let's take another look.
Watch this. You see Johnny down on the inside of the racetrack. There's Todd, the 30 on the outside. Watch Johnny get sideways. He makes a little contact with Todd, but they're able to drive away. Here's another view. Watch, this is going to be great. Watch that 13 truck get a little bit sideways. There he is right there. And the second time he had to chase it, he got into the left rear quarter of Todd and then drove by him.
And the Todd Bodine is extremely lucky he didn't cut a tire. There was a lot of contact right there on that left rear tire. Could have been devastating for a point leader.
We've seen that splitter oftentimes rip the valve stem out of those tires.
You know what I bet Todd Bodine's hoping? He just wants to have a quiet night. He doesn't want to be in the middle of any headlines. And he was almost a headline maker right there when Johnny Sauter got a hold of him.
Todd Bodine right now running in the 5th spot. I think if you said, Todd, I'll give you a top 5, he'll take it.
He's been quietly in the top 5. There's that left rear tire. All the lettering rubbed off of it. Really lucky.
And problems coming off of 2. Mario Goslin involved in this, as well as Narain Karthikeyan.
It's Eric
Almirola is also involved in it. Narain's right in front of these two. There's Narain turned the wrong way. But it's Eric Almirola, Mario Goslin. They were pinched up against the wall.
Contact, left side not as fast.
Boy, look at the 51 of Eric Almirola. Comes in here second in points. This is going to be devastating. A tremendous amount of damage to that Raceway Toyota.
Truck looked a whole lot like that at Iowa when we left, and here we are again, tore all to pieces. And you could see this front end steering's all messed up. He couldn't even make the turn as slow as he was going. Mario Goslin just received the Arians' lucky dog, and now he's tore all to pieces.
Take another look at what just happened.
Well, we've talked about how these trucks converge when they exit the turn. You can go really low in the turn. You can run high, but when you get on the straightaway, momentum brings you together, and it looks like maybe that was the case there.
Yeah, sure was. We're just right up off the corners where the initial contact came.
And something happened with the 60. Obviously, Narain is going backwards when we came to that shot.
Yeah, I'm saying it's all related. All 3 of those trucks somehow came together.
A lot of damage to the 12, a lot of damage to the 51, and the 60 also involved in this incident. Coming out on lap 97 as we're just about to pass the halfway point of this one at ORP. Welcome back to ORP. A not so happy driver. Eric Almirola is out of his truck, and while we were away at break, this is some of the communication he was having.
Watch how angry he is and where he's headed.
He's going to jump out of his truck.
Right there, you don't want anybody telling you you're not going to go speak your mind to the team.
Yeah,
now, obviously, Narain Karthikeyan was involved in the accident. He's still on the racetrack. But he wants to go tell his crew what he thought about what happened.
He said, stay here. Yeah. I'm going to go speak my mind.
We couldn't see what started this, but obviously we know now that Narain and Eric came together.
Maybe Mario Goslin was just an innocent bystander in the situation.
Right, what's happening?
Well, we're going to step in here and see if we can get a word with Eric. He's talking it over with Richie Waters. They have some severe damage to the right front on this number 51. And Eric, I know that the evening really didn't start out very good for you guys right from the very beginning. What was the problem with the truck?
We have no idea. It wasn't the same truck that we were third in practice with in the first practice and sixth or fifth in the second practice. I don't know.
What did you have to say to Chad, the crew chief, on the 60?
Oh, just that we're struggling. We're racing for 20th. I mean, I don't know what spot we were racing for, but it was bad. We're a lap down, just trying to work on our truck and get it better. There's 100 laps to go, and the 60 kept running into me every corner. So I mean, this place is as wide as they come for short tracks. Pick a lane.
Thank you.
And as wide as they come, Kyle Busch is forcing the issue with Ron Hornaday up front.
Wasn't wide enough for those two guys.
No, there was contact made between Kyle Busch and Ron Hornaday for the lead.
Whoa, did you see that whole Taco 9 squeezed in too?
Shelby Howard in the middle of a 3-wide situation. Here comes the 4.
Look at
Ricky
Jason
Carmichael on the bottom.
He peeks to the outside. This is why all these fans are here tonight watching this great short track action at ORP. What a great crowd. What a great race.
Johnny Sauter just behind the 18. Kyle Busch trying to get by that 33 of Ron Hornaday early on the restart. Let's take another look.
See him drive down in turn number 3.
What a great job that was for by Kyle Busch at the entrance to that corner, Rick. I think Ron dove in there a little bit quicker than Kyle might have expected. He was able to stay off of him on the entry, but then he got together in the center.
Door to door off that turn, and then Hornaday was able to get in front. Now the battle for second. Johnny Sauter takes the position away from Kyle Busch.
How about that whole shot that Johnny Sauter gets up off the bottom of the racetrack off these corners?
That 13 and 88 both are just really, really strong, able to run through the center and off the turn better than anybody.
Todd Bodine still trying to work his way to the front. Like you said, have just a comfortable evening. Doesn't need anything spectacular.
I think James Buscher's, I mean, he's been so close time and time again of getting on the outside of Todd. Todd's running the extreme low line. James the opposite, way up high. Can he get out there now?
James is out there again. Todd has to be careful pulling back up in front of him. He just barely has him clear twice a lap.
There's a bump from Buscher earlier.
There's a situation where Todd had him cleared a little bit. James just gives him a little nudge, said, hey, make sure you have enough room. Like there, didn't really have it any more than just enough.
James just saying, make sure you know you're clear because you almost weren't.
Buscher still looking to the inside of that 30, just in front of them. The 88 of Matt Crafton, Adam.
And he was running second when that caution came out, I don't know, 30 laps or so ago. And now he finds himself in a situation where he's tighter in the early portion of the run. We'll see if it gets better as the run continues like it did on that first run of the night. But right now, Crafton's fourth and fighting a tight race truck.
Adam, you're exactly right. That 88 of Matt Crafton got better and better as that first run wore on until they made their pit stop on lap number 86.
Look at David Starr. He's driven up on the outside of James. James went to the bottom to try to get around Todd, but I could never get around the outside of him. James definitely faster than Todd right now, but now David Starr is going to make James's life more difficult by driving on the outside of him.
Todd Bodine holding a steady line through the turn. James Buscher down to the bottom of the track. How about Dennis Setzer and Brad Sweet back here in the 92 and the 90?
Yeah, no huge surprise for Dennis Setzer to have a top 10 run going right now, but with a new team. Great run for Ricky Benton's brand new team. And Brad Sweet, that team's been around Doug Stringer's team, the great Clips Toyota, and a super run for Brad Sweet here.
Those are two of the 15 trucks that are on the lead lap racing inside the top 10. Is Setzer, Sweet right behind him in 11.
Ron Hornaday, once he gets out front, He starts to check out. Now he's got 0.4 of a second over Johnny Sauter back in the second spot. Kyle Busch is running third, Crafton is fourth, and Todd Bodine in fifth. It's been typical short track racing, side by side, door to door, battling for positions all the way around the racetrack. That is ORP at its finest.